2013 recipient of the HMC Award, Miss Patti Cohen.
Wasn't that marvelous?
Grateful to a whole bunch of people, but no one more than Michael Dobbin right now for making me do those freaking pre-show challenges over and over again all those years ago. This is an amazing experience, and it is even more special that it's here on the stage of the Martha Cohen Theatre. This has been home for me for pretty much my entire career in one way or the other, and it is really extraordinary to be on this stage with women like these. It's something else, I tell you. I've been around for a while, as Rose very generously shared with you earlier today. And I see many of you in the crowd here, and I know you've been around just as long as I have, so don't even try to deny it. One other thing that we all know as well is to have a life in the arts in Calgary, it takes a lot of support from a lot of people. You've heard the word community a lot this last little bit, and it's really true, or it has been for me for sure. There are many people who have fulfilled many roles, and I am especially grateful to them tonight. They're the investors, the people who give their time, their money, they buy tickets, they do all of the above, and they support the work of artists and arts enterprises because they believe in their hearts that the arts are important, not just for them, but for everybody. And in my life, I have seen it lived over and over again by people like the Cohen family, and the Osler family, and Colin Jackson, and Arlene Strom, and Bill and Betty Miller, and Dale Turry, and the good people I work with at corporations like Enbridge, and TELUS, and Synovus, and on and on. There are the promoters. They're the ones whose vocation, and I would say sometimes calling, is to take up the challenge of bringing the arts to Calgarians, to the city, to their communities, to their classrooms. And it's people like Terry Rock, and Tom McCarthy, and Amiko Maraki, and my good pals at CADA, who remind me of that every day. My longtime colleagues and pals, Helen Moore-Parkas, Angie Jelena, Lynn Dufour, Richard Stewart, Marilyn Potts, Patrick Finn, Joyce Doolittle, Jim Dugan, Rose Bro, who remind me every day of how important it is to continue to fight the fight. Then there are the cheerleaders, the ones who, while they may not choose a life in the arts, they have chosen, or in the case of family members, they've inherited those of us who did choose a life in the arts. And those folks like my parents, my brother and sister, my niece and nephew, their kids, are all extraordinary people. Emily, you have no idea how much your family loves you. Our closest friends, like Jody Green, and the partners, like mine, Oliver, like the Becky Rocks, like the Bruce Sellerys, who instill in us that as important as it is to make a living, it's more important to make a life. And then, of course, there's the bedrock, the artists. Without you, I'd never actually get to do what I love to do. I'd never get to know my city and its stories the way that I do. And I would never know what it is to be truly inspired. Those are people like Bob White, and Diane Goodman, and Brian Diedrich, and Vanessa Porteous, and Brian Pincott, and Connie Massing, and Kevin Rothery, and Michael Dobbin, and Dennis Marnham, and Michael Green, and on and on. Every day, they share their creativity, they share their devotion, and they share their stories with us. And that's what brings the color to me in my life. And I know for many of you in the theater here tonight. Now, the names I shared with you tonight are really only just a very small example of those who I owe many thanks to for being up here tonight. And for those of you who I missed, and I know I missed a lot, I hope that you'll bear with me, and that you know that every day when I do the work that I do it with tremendous gratitude for being able to do it and for you helping me to be here. Lastly, to all of you in the house tonight, I'd like to leave you with one thought. And actually, it's 3 words. Invest, promote, attend. By virtue of all of you being in this theater tonight, and in the many theaters throughout this facility and throughout the city, you are champions for the theater and for the arts in Calgary. You come and you take risk with us, and you're willing to open your hearts to hear the stories that you hear and to have the experiences that you have on these stages. Invite others who aren't in the circle to join you. Invite them to come along and invest and promote and attend. And I can assure you that that is how we will continue to have many, many more recipients who come up on this stage in the years ahead and get to share in the vitality and in the vibrancy that is our art scene and our theater community in Calgary. Thank you all very much. Please enjoy the rest of your evening.
There are quite a few past recipients of the Harry and Martha Cohen Award in the crowd tonight, and we're going to invite them to join us under Martha's portrait in the lobby for a photo op with Martha and Patti to welcome Patti to the club directly after we leave here. And also, everyone, please join us in the lobby. There'll be a party, and soon I'll be introducing you to the cast and creative team so we can raise a glass. Thank you for being here tonight. Have a great evening.